Push the weight and now flex. The live is 1 in the 6. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed. It's Monday. We made it. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's do this roll call. This is a very interesting topic I thought about. Because I got questions. You know me, I got questions. 704 Joe. Miss Van Houten, good morning, ma'am. Dodo Bird will return. What's going on? G McCall. Steve O'Sly. Steve O'Sly over there on Rumble. Salute. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Rumble, especially for tomorrow. I'm letting you know ahead of time. It's going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those days. So if y'all don't follow me on Rumble, you make sure you do, because tomorrow is going to be one of those days. We going straight over there. We going straight over there for tomorrow. That's definitely not for Miguel's ears. Big Soldier, salute. Coach Hudson in the building, salute. Dal Anderson, Derek Gaines, the legend, Black Jericho, Kawhi Elliott, the Netric Banner. Early in that super chat, salute. He says, yes, sir. Lightweight. We on the job. Salute to you. My cuz, Southern T in the building. Salute, brother. Robert Singleton. All Father. Kingston, salute. 4-ounce sniper. Chris in the building. Saying Matt. Trunks over there on Rumble, salute. Dale Spoolie. PGA's Big Dog. Marcus Banks. Vaughn D, what's good? Good to see you. Wait, what does Trunks BP say? He says, stop hating because where is your complaint? Foe, Devin fighting effing Rolly. Well, I'll drop a link if you want to pull up. Let me know. Slim Hussein, salute. 1 deep. Jermaine Jubilee with the suplex. Welcome down, Van Houten, salute. Because I got questions. Let me know if you want me to drop a link. You can pull up early. Because I got questions. My brother, Mind of Mansa Musa in the building. Tay-Tay, good morning. Because I got questions. So let's just get on with the topic. You know, the trolls in here early. My question is, why is it a good fight? We're going to go through all fights that you could think of. All fights that you could think of. Fights before you was born. Fights that you know to be legendary. But I'm willing to bet a lot of you guys like, who's this fella? Trunks BP gas station. He says, stop hating because where is your complaint, foe? I'm reading it house written. Devin fighting effing Rolly. Well, Trunks, pull up. I'll drop a link and you can click the link and we can have a conversation. So as the people with bad grammar that got the most to say. Yeah, and you perfect. You over there on Rumble too. So salute to you. So let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. You know, that's crazy. Hey, now I want this smoke. Trunks. He was over there on on Rumble. He says, yes, it is a good fight. What fight was I talking about? There's a bunch of fights on, in this meme right here, and I do it for a reason. See, you're the type of person that would pay to watch Tank Davis versus Speedy Gonzalez. You would love that. Yeah, I'll pin the Rumble link. You said Tank versus Cruz 2. Got it. You said that's a good fight. Got it. All right. So let's have a conversation. There go my sis, Messi Michonne, live with the super sticker. Salute. Y'all make sure I go subscribe to my queen. That's not a boxing channel. That is a reaction channel, and she keeps it a buck over there. I appreciate you, Messi Michonne. And by the way, I heard we're in a bit of a government shutdown. That's strange. How they can't pay TSA agents, but we got all those money. We got all this money for bombs and grenades for Israel. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. But that's great. So let's do this. What's his kid's name? Trunks BP. You see that link? Click it. Come up here. Let's have a conversation. We ain't got no money for reparations. We ain't got no money for TSA agents. We're in the middle of a partial government shutdown. Meanwhile, we ain't even got money for proper health care. But we got money for guns and missiles for Israel. All right. USA? Okay. So that link right there is for Mr. Trunks BP. Click that link. And let's have a conversation. You want to argue. And all I'm going to do is prove my point. All right, great. Trunks. Okay, yeah, that's press. Great. Trunks. Press, whatever your name is today. Click the link and come up. He just came in here firing shots. I wanted to build this because I want to ask questions about other things. Well, young man, click the link. Come on up. Eric, salute. Lada, salute. Because you know what else I noticed about Tank fans? You can't speak on this dude without bringing up Devin. You know what the bottom line is? That was Tank's job to stop Devin way back when he was at 135. Now look. Oh, for fuck. Now he don't see the link. There it is. Unbelievable. We go through this all the time. We go through this all the time with this kid, all the time. Good morning.
Wait, hello?
Good morning.
All right, good morning. Yeah, I'm here to have my stance. Like, I saw the thumbnail. I'm like, why is this a good fight?
All right. What was I talking about in the thumbnail, man?
I'm seeing Tank Davis in a caricature of a mouse in a sombrero. So I'm like, okay, I can only
You saw a
figure
mouse in the sombrero. Do you know who the mouse is?
Speedy Gonzalez from Looney
Okay.
Tunes.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, okay. Can you read the title of my show?
Why is it a good fight?
Okay. I didn't even start the show yet. The plane hasn't even taken off. I was going to get the Tank and Cruz. You can think it's a good fight all you want, but I'm asking why. So let's work backwards. When did you start watching boxing?
I started watching boxing seriously. Well, everyone knew about the Pacquiao Floyd fight, so that was a while ago.
That was yesterday to me.
But
How old were you? How old were you when you was watching that?
I was pretty young.
How old?
I don't know. That was in 2012.
Yeah.
So
No. It's like more like 2014.
14. So I was like 20. I don't know. I was
But we
like,
were arguing online over that fight since like 2011. They finally got in the ring around 2014.
yeah, I wasn't watching boxing seriously during that time.
Okay.
But I was watching boxing seriously like around 2018, 2019.
Oh my God, bro. I'm already married with babies. Okay. All right, let's walk. I don't want to talk about Tank right away. All right. I like to goof on him because he's goofy. All right. But let's okay. You've done enough homework. Let me ask you a question. Did you ever watch the Ron Lyle and George Foreman fight?
Yeah, I saw it on YouTube.
Okay. Why do you think that was a good fight?
It was action packed, pretty exciting. Both of them knocked down each other.
Yeah, multiple times.
Multiple times. And it had a very dramatic ending.
Right. Okay. Okay. Do you know the story behind that fight leading up to it at all?
I know Ron Lyle was in jail. He came back. He started winning a couple fights. I know George Foreman was going through a bunch of stuff when he lost to Ali. And it was the Ron Lyle fight was kind of his like comeback fight in a way. That's all about I really know on that build up.
Do you know anything about the public perception in reference to that fight back then? Because it was told to me. I wasn't born.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Wait, what year was that? If that was anything by 74, I wasn't born until 75. Okay. The public perception was George was done. Ali ruined him. And if I remember correctly, Ron Lyle was like, I don't give a F about no George Foreman. I'm from prison. I'm from the trenches. I'm a big old black tough buck. And I'm going to show him what's good. And he almost did. They call it the elevator match. Because everyone was going up and going down. And George toughed it out. There was nothing, there was barely, I don't want to say anything. There was barely anything technical about that fight. You go to a boxing match and a fight broke out. That's what happened. And it was fun to watch. But you know what both of those men have in common, right? Other than being big, strong, tough black men, you know what they have in common?
Power?
No. They both got their ass kicked by the GOAT. The same way. Ali rope-a-doped Ron Lyle just like he rope-a-doped George Foreman. Did you know that? That's what they have in common.
Okay.
But my question is, why is it a good fight? That's my question.
And I answered it.
Okay, so on paper, when that fight was signed, the public perception is, what was the public perception? Is it a good fight? Or is, I don't want to see this. What do you think the public perception was back then? I mean, just what do you think it was?
I think people were excited to see if George Foreman could either claw back from what happened to him with Ali, or if he can't, they'll see his like fall from Lyle.
Right.
I think it was pretty. I think the public really wanted to see what happens to George. Pretty big name.
The public was intrigued. They were really interested in seeing if George still had it. And then there's probably a lot of guys saying George is done and this guy Ron Lyle is next up. So there was intrigue there. You would agree?
Sure.
Right. I would agree with that because I was told these stories. One side of the spectrum, they were saying George was done. The other side of the spectrum saying, nah, he's not. Then there was like, nah, man, this dude right here, Ron Lyle, he's next up. Then they were saying, nope, George still got it. I got another fight for you. Did you ever watch Marvin Hagler versus John the Beast Mugabe?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Do you remember the story leading up to that fight?
They were calling like Mugabe, some boogeyman. He was dangerous. He would KO. Hagler didn't believe in that. Do you
know about John Mugabe's reputation leading up to that fight?
I know he was knocking everybody out.
Yeah, he was.
And people were afraid for Hagler. Like this guy was like very dangerous.
Yep. My uncle was a huge Marvin Hagler fan, and loves Hagler. In his mind, he said Hagler beats everybody. But when that fight got signed, he was nervous. He said, I'm rocking with Hagler, but he said, man, this dude, they were literally calling John Mugabe the next Marvin Hagler. They were literally saying that. Literally. Now that I remember. I was a kid, but I remember that. I remember him doing interviews, and he was on there with a big old afro and a mustache. He had a black version of the Hulk Hogan mustache in one interview. And he was a big old, well, he was a middleweight, but he was a scary African dude, and he was knocking over trees, man. And he was scary, and the media made him scary. And they said, well, Marvin is old, and he's on his way out, and he's gonna lose to this, because that's another thing. Marvin, John Mugabe was the quote unquote kid. He was the kid in this situation, so he was the younger version of Marvin Hagler. And you watched the fight, of course. You remember that? Well, yeah, I'm sure you watched it on YouTube. You watched Marvin Hagler and John Mugabe, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what happened in that fight?
It was pretty competitive early on, but later down the line, Hagler got him and knocked him out.
Okay, but I just gave you a history of what was going on leading up to that fight. This is way before social media. This was the 80s, and I remember every weekend my dad and my uncles talking about it, and my uncle was so nervous, and Marvin was Marvin, and he, at the end of that fight, he showed, hey man, I'm still the big brother here. And he kicked he kicked John's ass like he stole something. And some may say he ruined Mugabe. Some say he ruined him. And but here's my question, Press. Why is it a good fight?
The build up and the fear factor.
Mm-hmm. All right. The build up, correct. My uncle was nervous. It was the changing of it would have been a changing of the guard, because Marvin was old by boxing years. John was young by boxing years. We could say the same thing with Davey Moore and Roberto Duran. We could say the same thing. But when I ask, why is it a good fight? I'm also talking about the lead up and the outcome. You see, what made Davey Moore versus Roberto Duran a good fight was Davey Moore was up and coming, and Roberto Duran, this was after the No Mas situation. And people were saying, nah, this guy's done. And Roberto Duran beat Davey Moore, stopped him. That's a pivotal point. That's one of the pivotal points in Roberto Duran's career. Same thing with Hagler and John the Beast Mugabe. That's a pivotal fight because on paper, John was supposed to beat Marvin. And Marvin was so frustrated beating him. If you look at the end of the fight, he waved him off like, man, you done? Oh, come on. Get me a real fight out here. So when I ask, why is it a good fight? I'm talking about all aspects, not only what happened in the fight, because these are fights that already happened. I'm questioning, do you know what was going on leading up to the fight? Why is it a good fight? It's historic. It's in the books now. Lyle versus Foreman. In the books now. It's in the books. But why is it a good fight? Why is it that we talk about these fights moving forward? Why? And then think about what the fighters today are giving. What are they giving me to talk about? Frazier, Ali. 3 fights. But why was it a good fight? Why was it a good fight? This is what I'm asking. Why is it a good fight? Are these fighters today making me question, oh man, I don't know, this is a toss-up. But shout out to them for doing this. Antonio Tarver versus Glenn Johnson. I think Glenn, or I forgot, but either Glenn or Antonio had to give up a belt just so they could fight. They put the trinkets aside because the fight made sense. What they had in common was they both knocked out Roy Jones. And they said, man, we got to get this fight done. And one of the sanctioning bodies, I forget how it went, but they had to get rid of the belts in order to make the fight. And what they had going into was that momentum. Hey, we both stopped Roy, so let's fight. So the fight made sense. So why is it a good fight? They both beat Roy. So it only made sense for them to fight. Why was it a good fight? I'll ask you another question, Prez. Why was it a good fight with Liston and Ali? Why was it a good fight?
Liston was this big bear guy. Like everyone knew this guy was beating everybody. No one thought he could ever lose the title. Then you had this young whippersnapper called Muhammad Ali, or at the time, who was Cassius Clay. He was a loudmouth, talked a lot.
Louisville Lip. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, full of youth and brimming confidence. And they thought that Liston would eat this kid alive. And, no one gave a chance to Ali. But it turned out to be a great fight because the way Ali boxed him and eventually making Liston quit on his stool. And I think that's when he became the greatest. And
well, that's part of it. I'm sorry.
I wasn't done yet. Then after that, what he was saying, that I'm king of the world, all must bow, he's a scholar of boxing, all these things that really made that fight, wow, okay, this kid was doubted. No one believed in him. It was a really great underdog story. That's why that fight was good.
Well, they fought twice. A lot of people ignore the first fight. Excuse me. They fought twice. The first fight, that was a fight where Liston put something on his gloves and it got in Ali's eye. And Ali almost quit. But his corner told him to dance. Angelo Dundee told him to dance. And he got on his bike. And when he got his eyes back, he was able to beat up on Sonny. And Sonny couldn't do nothing with him. Another thing was, when they got into the ring, they realized, Liston was a menacing puncher, scary guy. George Foreman used to say, hey, man, when I went pro, I wanted to be like Sonny Liston. Sonny was knocking people's teeth out with jabs, man. That's how dangerous this guy was. But Ali was super bigger than him. He was a bigger guy. But Cassius Clay beats him, right? And in the rematch, that's the famous picture where he slept him with the Phantom Punch, and people thought it was fixed. But no, he landed him, but he was already in Sonny Liston's head. Sonny never dealt with anything like that. But leading up to that fight, people wanted Ali, when he was a Louisville Lip, they said, man, finally, Sonny gonna punch him in his lips. And he's gonna stop talking finally. And it didn't happen. And Sonny tried to cheat him. And the rematch is where you get that picture right there. Ali slept him. And that was the end of that. But when I ask, why is it a good fight? The first fight, people thought the Louisville Lip was going to eat it, and he didn't. Why is it a good fight? Well, it's a rematch. And the GOAT put the icing on the cake, and it was over with. Feel me? It was over with. So when we look at that, we see this famous picture, you know what I'm saying? And it became legendary. There was a buildup, right? The buildup was based off of the storyline. And then we made magic happen. Let's talk about Gatti versus Ward. You know how many times they fought, right?
3 times.
Right. Why is it a good fight?
It was good because of how action-packed it was. The war, everything that happened. And those two really respected each other after all those fights, and they gave the fans what they really wanted, a good scrap. And it went down in history. I remember my coach told me to watch those fights. So
he said watch all the fights, right?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay. You want to know why he told you that?
Why?
Did you notice the difference between the first fight and the last two?
I think so.
Okay. Tell me what you noticed.
I think Arturo Gatti started boxing more. Okay. I think Arturo was boxing more.
Yeah.
Or boxing better than Mickey Ward, especially in the second fight.
Correct. 100%. That's why he told you that. The first fight was fun to watch. We didn't know. That's one of those things where you go to see a boxing match and the fight breaks out. I remember watching the first one. I said, oh my God. And it was a war, and it was fun to watch. And Jim Lampley was screaming, and they love, those animals love things like that. And when that bell sounded, I said, yeah, okay. But they just knocked at least 8 years off of each other's career. It was stupid. And I knew that Gatti knew better, which is why in the second and third fight, he ran out and got Buddy McGurk. And next thing you know, he's giving angles, lateral movements, and he was punching on Mickey Ward. And I bet you didn't know that a lot of people were disappointed with the second and third fight. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I remember talking about it at the job, my old job, and they're like, oh man, you know, Gatti ran. That's exactly what they said. Gatti ran. And I'm looking at them like, you guys are idiots. You guys are idiots. He ran? No. He boxed Mickey Ward's face in. As a matter of fact, I think he dropped him in the second fight. He was punching on him, man. I said, no, this is called boxing. This is called boxing. That's what this is. People got spoiled off of Gatti Ward, you know, the first fight. But when Gatti started boxing, when he got with Buddy McGurk, you would mess up Buddy McGurk's brand if you went in there and fought like that. He don't train people to fight like that. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo Bill said Gatti had Buddy during the first fight as well. I didn't know that. I got to look that up because I thought he got with Buddy. You could be right. I got to look that up because I didn't know, because that's ridiculous. I could have swore he got Copper. What up? And salute to y'all in the chat. I see y'all. The adjustments in the second and third fight were clear. because that was wild work. But getting back to my point, when I ask why is it a good fight, people tend to know with what's in the books, right? With the fights that are already in the books. But when I ask to apply this same question to the fights today, I get very bizarre answers. I get very, very bizarre answers. Now, you said something about Gatti Ward. You said both fighters respected each other. Okay. Now, that's what you said. I just want to make sure I have it clear. You said both of them respected each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Name the fighters that Tank respects. Now we're going to talk about Tank since you brought him up.
I believe he respects a few.
Respects who?
Respects a few of them.
Well, give me some names, brother.
I believe he respects his Cruz. I believe that's true.
Okay, let's why does he respect Isaac Cruz?
I mean, I would see why they had a good fight. He doesn't really talk shit about him.
Okay. Okay. Why not?
After the fight,
how did the Isaac? Let me take it a step back. How did the Isaac Cruz fight happen?
Well, because Rolly was supposed to fight him, but Rolly had allegations to his name, and it really messed up the whole plan for that fight. So Tank got a replacement, and Isaac Cruz was selected. That's what happened. It was nothing other special.
And after the fight, in my opinion, Tank clearly won. Beat him with one hand. Am I correct?
Yeah. Well,
clearly won. To me, clearly won.
It was competitive.
Yeah, because Tank broke his hand. I believe him. Right?
We seen him broke his hand.
Right? Although, when he was at the post fight with Floyd, he said he was fine. He could have won another 12 rounds.
Of course, he would have said that.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. I believe his hand was broke, but then sometimes these guys they say things, and it's like, whoa, bro, well, is your shit broke or not? But I don't want to harp on that. I remember Tank going to his locker room and congratulating Isaac, and Isaac is a wonderful boxer story. And he says, "Yo, a new star's born." You remember he said that?
Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
And is Isaac a star in boxing?
I would say so.
In your opinion?
I would say he's a very popular name.
All right. So he's a star.
Yeah.
Why is he a star?
Because of the fights he puts out, and he brings up his fan base is pretty wild.
Because of the fights he puts out.
Yeah.
I'm just quoting your words. Those are because of the fights he puts out. Since Tank Davis, how many fights he's had? Because he's fought a bunch.
At least more than 10.
Let me pull up his box rec. I want to be accurate with this. Isaac Cruz, because I like Isaac Cruz. I do like Isaac Cruz. I ain't got no beef with Isaac Cruz. Let me go down to Tank Davis. He fought a bunch of times too. Jesus Christ. Let's work backwards. Right here. After that, he gets in there with Yuriorkis Gamboa. I give him credit for that. He gets in there with Eduardo Ramirez. I give him credit for that. Giovanni Cabrera. Do you remember that fight? Giovanni Cabrera?
Yeah, it could have been scored either way. Well, I had Cruz winning the fight.
I had Cabrera winning. That was on the undercard of the Bud and Errol fight. I was there. And I said, oh boy. He knocked the crap out of Rolly. He did. And he had Rolly reevaluating what 2 times 2 is. Fuck you talking about? 2 times 2 is 4? How could that be if 2 plus 2 is 4? Fuck you talking about? 2 plus 2 can't be 4, because if 2 plus 2 is 4, how is 2 times 2 4 2? Fuck you talking about? Had him talking like that. Then he ran into Jose Venezuela. You remember that fight?
Yeah, he got pretty outboxed there.
Yeah, he got outboxed.
It was too one-dimensional.
Right. Let me park on Jose Venezuela for a second. Do you remember when Tank Davis wanted to fight El Rayo?
Yeah.
What happened?
A lot of you guys harped on that.
I'm not. I'm just asking you a question.
I mean, I thought it was a good fight. It was going to be a 135. But I know Rayo had a belt at 140, or he just won the belt at 140. But before that, he campaigned at 135. There was no real issue of Tank wanting to fight him at 135.
Well, there wasn't an issue.
El Rayo would have been the bigger man. He would have had an advantage.
Wait, hold on. Stick to the topic. Why was that a good fight?
Of the shared history, both of them fought Cruz. They both beat Cruz. And you think Tank single-handedly beat him? I don't know. I'm like, okay. And we know Rayo.
I said what? You said I think Tank what?
Single-handedly beat him. It was competitive, but you think he clearly won, right? But
I think Tank boxed Isaac Cruz facing.
Okay, yeah, single-handedly beat him. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And we clearly saw El Rayo do that to Cruz. So it was like, okay,
yeah.
Let's see if these two got together, and we'll see what happens with that. Okay, that's a great story there behind that. It's a great.
So in your mind, in your opinion, and I'm not saying you're wrong. In your mind, it's a good fight because they share an opponent that they both beat, right? And El Rayo's a slick boxer, and why not fight him, right? The difficulty was El Rayo just won a belt at 140, and he says, I'm not coming back down to 35 because that'll clearly put him at a disadvantage. And that's why the fight didn't happen, correct?
But Tank wasn't initiating no rehydration clause.
No. Please, you're not, Prez, you're not stupid. You know that weight is a science. You can make 35.
He knocked out Chris Colbert at 135. I don't understand
hold on. Because I could say he knocked out Mario Barrios at 140, but we're not going to do that this morning, right? We're not going to do that.
And what was Mario Barrios?
Calm down. Let's stick to the topic.
I saw Tank gets buzzed in that Barrios fight.
Let's stick to the topic. I asked you, why is it a good fight? And you told me because they have an opponent in common. I agree with you. And I just simply said the fight didn't happen because El Rayo refused to go back down to 35. Because if El Rayo's going back down to 35 is not a problem, I then said Tank fighting at 140 is not a problem. As a matter of fact, last time you was here, you said you didn't want to see Tank at 140. That's what you said, brother. That's what you said. So that all I'm asking, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go all around the world with this because you said what you said. Documentation beats conversation, young man. You know I've been saying this since I started my channel. I've been saying that all my life. Documentation beats conversation. I got it from my father. It's in writing, it's in audio, it's on video. My only question this morning is, why is it a good fight? And I thought El Rayo versus Tank would be a good fight. I said it was a 50-50 fight, but Tank refused to go to 140 and Rayo refused to go to 135. So the fight didn't happen. I'm not talking about the specifics. I'm talking about why the fight didn't happen. And this was back before Turkey was in the mix. There was a bit of an A side and B side. El Rayo knew he was a B side. He knew that. But he said, you know what? I'm not going to sacrifice my weight to meet him there. If he's not coming to 140, then we're not fighting. And they never fought. So that was my question. Why was it a good fight? So now, you mentioned Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward. You said that they respected each other. So since we want to talk about Tank, right? Lamont Roach versus Tank Davis. Why is that a good fight?
History. Like, they share a lot of history in the ring. They fought like 2 or 3 times in the amateurs. You know, I think Tank won twice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times Lamont Roach won, probably once or not. Then, you know, they get to the pros, they fight. People say it's a controversial draw. I watched that fight 4 times. I had Tank winning that. Roach didn't do anything in those early rounds. And, you know, then, you know, we had the knee incident. I can't explain that.
I can, but go ahead.
It was like a moment of madness. So,
by way of the rules, was he supposed to be disqualified?
Because of the towel thing?
No, I'm asking you. We all know by now. I'm asking you by way of the
saying
rules.
it because people, you're saying you're not being specific. Because I'm like,
I'm being very specific.
I'm saying this because we just landed off the knee. Why would you be
okay? So by way of the rules, when you take a knee, what's supposed to happen, Press?
Yeah, they start counting, right?
All right, so is it a 10-8 round?
Why would he?
Was it supposed to be a 10-8 round? Yes or no?
I'm asking, why would he be disqualified?
No, wait, hold on. DQ because Cal jumped up on the apron.
Yeah, I'm saying the towel thing.
Okay, so if you want to exclude that, fine. But when you take a knee, is that not supposed to be a 10-8 round? Yes or no? If you're not DQing them, should it at least been a 10-8 round?
You're not DQing anyone for taking a knee.
Okay, so throw the DQ out. When you take a knee, is it not supposed to be a 10-8 round? Yes or no? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So go ahead and make your point. So I'm asking, why is it a good fight? Go ahead.
Yeah, I said it already. The moment of madness. That's what happened.
Okay, so you're saying leading up to it, when that fight was announced, could you understand why the world of boxing was confused?
I don't know.
Are you serious?
You're actually saying confused. I mean, I don't know what you mean.
Okay, the fight was announced for Lamont Roach. All right, it was supposed to be in Houston. I don't want to go through all of that.
Okay.
With all of Tank's contemporaries around, he announced, I'm fighting Lamont Roach. Can you understand why everyone was confused at that?
I don't even remember how that fight was announced. I don't even recall.
You don't recall? Let me tell you how it went.
Well, yeah, you tell me.
Let me tell you how it went. Tank got a fight coming up. We're hearing this in Houston. Okay, he's fighting, drum roll, Lamont Roach. Who? You know why I'm saying people are like, who? You want to know why? Because a lot of Tank fans don't watch boxing. I knew who the hell he was, and one of the things that jumped out at me was, I said, man, this is the brother that lost to Jamel Herring a couple of years ago. Jamel Herring beat this guy. I said, wait a minute, don't he fight at 130? I said, why is this happening? And then the adventure began. And then the Tank fanatics, after they did their homework, because a lot of Tank fanatics don't know shit about boxing. All right. They said, leave him alone because of what you just said, brother. You just said they have a history in the amateurs. And I did my research and I said, oh, they do. That's cute. But that's the amateurs, man. All of this food on Tank's plate. Why is he inserting Lamont Roach? And you know what the Tank fanatics told me? They said, Drew, you're a black man. Leave him alone. He's breaking bread. Wait, hold on. He's breaking bread with his DMV brother. And what did I do? I said, fine.
Oh my God.
I said, God ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the facts. I said, hey man, okay, y'all cool with this? Y'all cool with this? I said, fine. And I fell back, right? I left it alone. Left it alone. And in fact, you know what I said, Press?
Okay.
I said, man, he gonna off this dude in about 5 or 6 rounds. That's what I said. I said, Tank gonna knock this dude.
What did Tank say? It all through the leading up to the fight that Lamont Roach was going to be a tough fight.
Oh, terrific. But Press. Will we agree that nobody knew who Lamont Roach was? Will we agree to that? Nobody knew who he was.
The casuals did it.
Thank you. And what a majority of
Lamont Roach is a champion.
Press.
You know I knew Lamont Roach.
What a Press.
You know how I knew.
Hello.
You know how I knew about Lamont Roach when he fought.
Whoa. Hey, brother.
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
The casuals did not know who Lamont Roach was, and a majority of Tank fans are casuals. That's a fact. I'm on here talking about boxing, and these cats are talking about his gear and tattoos. That is a fact, man. That's a fact, and that's why I don't really entertain a majority of them. I really don't, brother. So the fight happens, right?
Sure.
And I'm sitting there, I'm just waiting for Tank to knock this dude out, waiting. And the first thing I noticed was during the face-off, I said, yo, Lamont bigger than him. I said, I could be bugging. So was Mario Barrios, right? And I said, wait a minute. Lamont's fighting him in the pocket. I said, oh, it's only a matter of time. And then we get to round 5 and 6, and I said, yo, he's competing. I don't know if he's going to win, but he's competing. And then the knee in round 9, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I watching? And now the casuals are saying, well, we told you. You ain't tell me nothing because you ain't know nothing. Now, here's my point. It wasn't a good fight when it was announced because I knew who he was. And here was the facts. He brought another guy up from a lower weight class, and he used and abused his star power because his core following was going to buy it regardless. The core audience was going to buy it regardless. That's the point. It was not a good fight. And as it turns out, it turned out to be a good fight by accident. He yanked the rug from underneath his own feet. He didn't pick that fight because he knew it would be competitive. He picked that fight because he could get off on him.
He literally said it would be competitive in this press conference.
Right. You know what else he said? He also said he could have won another 12 rounds with Eastside Cruz, but meanwhile his hand was broke. You get my point, young man?
Of course he's going to say that, but Tank has history with this guy.
So when is he talking and when is he lying, Prez? Prez, when is he talking and when is he lying? When is he telling the truth and when is he lying?
You take every word of everybody. Like,
Prez,
so
did I just lie on him?
Am I supposed to believe everything that Shakur said?
Well, hold on. We're talking about Tank. We're not talking about anybody else.
We're not
talking about anybody else.
No. I'm bringing up analogies because, like, you're harping on Tank for being like, oh.
What am I supposed to do? Are you a grown man? Am I supposed to believe what you say?
Yeah. If a guy is saying.
Did I lie on Tank?
I'll let you talk.
Prez, just now, did I lie on Tank, or did I just give you an example of 2 things that he said?
His hand was broke. That's the truth. Wait, his hand was broke. That's the truth. But if he's saying he could go,
hold on. How do you know it was broke, Prez? How do you know it was broke?
Because we've seen it. Like
hold on. How do you know it was broke?
Oh my God!
Because he said it.
No, he posted his hand.
He posted his hand. Did he post an MRI? Did he post an X-ray?
On Instagram, he posted on
his story. Was it his hand? How do you know?
It was his hand. It was literally his hand. What do you mean? How do I know? His hand.
I'm giving you this for a reason. I have a problem believing what Tank says because he's a liar. Can we agree that he's a liar?
All these niggas have lied.
I'm not talking about all these guys have lied. Prez, do you know what I used to do for a living?
I don't know what you've done in the living. I don't know.
Okay, so just trust me. Right now, you're in an interrogating room, and you're losing badly.
How am I losing badly in anything?
Watch
Wait, I want to get to the
watch
point
this,
where
watch this,
wait,
watch this.
I
Press,
had a
wait,
point.
I need you to listen. I need you to listen, brother. I'm teaching you something. Yes or no, is Tank Davis a liar? I'm not talking about Shakur or Devin or Bill. I'm talking to you about Tank. You got the link because you mentioned Tank. I didn't even start the show yet. So we're talking about Tank now. Is Tank Davis a liar? Yes or no?
Sure, whatever.
Okay. Once you lie to me, I have a problem believing what you tell me. I have to go to what you've done in the past. The man said his hand was broke. I want to believe that. But then again, he sat up there in front of Champ's side and said, I could go another 12 rounds.
Okay. There's no
But your
problem
hand was broke,
saying
brother. Your hand was broke. Now, you mentioned something about Gaddy Ward and respect. I asked you, who does Tank respect? And the first name you said was Isaac Cruz. You didn't even bother to say Lamont Roach.
I was saying a few, and you told me to name one. I'm like, okay, Cruz.
The first person you said was Isaac Cruz.
Okay, and is that a problem?
Now, hold on. Why would you say Isaac Cruz and not Lamont Roach?
He was the first person in my head. What are you talking about? You asked me to name.
Did you hear my question?
There was a few. There was a few. I asked you a question.
But why would you go with Isaac Cruz and not his DMV brother Lamont Roach?
Who is this DMV bro? Who named that? Who said that? DMV brother that ain't
Whoa,
from
you missed all my panels when I had Mag 7 on here and I had all these other Tank fanatics on here.
Not from the DMV.
They told me to be quiet and he's breaking bread with his DMV brother. That's what I was told.
DMV brother.
That's what I was told.
Dude,
I didn't make that up. I didn't make that up.
I don't know who told you this.
That's what I was told, Prez. Like, I was told. I didn't even know where Lamont Roach was from, brother. I didn't even know that.
He's from PG County.
I don't know none of that. And guess what, brother? It's irrelevant. I'm telling you what I was told.
Okay, and let me tell you something, right? A lot of guys will harping on Tank Davis for not fighting black fighters. I heard this through the freaking. They would say, "Oh, why you always fighting Mexicans?" Or
that made it worse for you, Prez, because when I asked you that question, you said the first word you said was a Mexican, brother.
Dude, that's not make it worse.
Why did you go?
I said there was a few. The first guy that came in my head was Cruz. That was the first person in my head. I could have been. You know what I was gonna say next was Frank Martin.
Hold on. What's conditioning? Do you know what conditioning is?
I'm not conditioned. Don't use that with me. I'm not conditioned. Don't ever say that with me.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna prove to you that you are.
How am I conditioned? Please.
Okay, because the first thing you said. Well, hold on. You asked me how am I conditioned. I didn't even start the damn show yet, young man. And you came in here talking about Cruz and Tank is a good rematch, and then you brought up Devin's name. I didn't even start the show yet, brother.
Because it was hypocrite. I saw the thumbnail. I'm like, who is Speedy Gonzalez? Like, who do you think? Like, okay, let me infer. Let me see who they're saying that Tank is going to rematch again.
But I didn't start the show yet. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why you conditioned. You see Foreman Lyle, right? You see Foreman Lyle.
First thing, wait. Hold
on. Then you see Cruz. I'm sorry. Then you see Gaddy Ward. Then you see Shakur and Tio.
It's trying to gaslight me, man.
And then you see Ali and Liston and Ali and Frazier. And then you see the moving thumbnail. Then you see Speedy Gonzalez.
The first thing I saw,
hey, bro, I was gonna leave Tank and Speedy Gonzalez for last, and you don't even know what my point was with that. I might as well spill it now. The point with putting him versus Speedy Gonzalez was Tank could fight anybody, and y'all will support it. That's my point. I wasn't calling Isaac Cruz a Speedy Gonzalez because Speedy's a runner. Andale, andale. And Cruz is not that. My point was putting Speedy Gonzalez there was that he could literally fight a Disney character or a Looney Tunes character, and y'all will pay for it. Yeah. Y'all will pay for it. I did a video months ago called "I Bet You Pay for It," and I had Tank in the ring with Goofy, Ric Flair, Knight Rider, all these dudes. And it's,
Oh,
I
God.
got Tank saying, I bet you paid for it. I mean, you could laugh. Right. Do you know what conditioning is?
I'm not.
You came in here firing shots, and I entertained you.
I didn't fire
I entertained you. You came in here defending Tank. You said Cruz is a good fight. I didn't even get there yet. So now we're here. And when I say you're conditioned, instead of saying anything else other than Cruz, I said, well, name you. I said Gatti Ward. You mentioned respect. Who else is Tank respect? You said a few people, and I said, well, name them. The first name you said was Cruz.
And that is not wrong. It's a fact. You know, I was going to say Frank Martin's next.
Why did you go with Cruz first?
Because they're about a rematch. That's why. Like, okay, that's like the first guy I thought about.
Okay, so why is it a good fight? Okay, all right, so stop right here. Why is it a good fight?
And I told you why it was a good fight already.
Did he win? Did Tank win? Because I thought he won.
But people have rematched. People have rematched against people they won against. Or
wait, hold on. Tank versus Roach rematch. Why is it a good fight?
And I told you why it was already, dude. Like,
please repeat it. Please repeat it.
Oh, God.
Now, I'm asking you to repeat it, brother. I'm asking you to repeat it.
It was a controversial draw.
Uh-huh.
A moment of madness happened. You're saying he should have been DQ'd. He took a knee.
No, I'm not saying he should have been DQ'd, brother. By way of the rules. The rules said he was supposed to be DQ'd.
But you're saying because of the knee, though. I'm like,
no, I didn't say no, brother. No, so you can't be talking and listening at the same time.
Specific.
Let me say it. Okay, you talk. Okay, listen again. By way of the rules, he was supposed to be DQ'd. He didn't. I said it was supposed to be a 10-8 round. But the rules say he was supposed to be disqualified, but he wasn't. So that's fine.
But disqualified for
at minimum, it was supposed to be a 10-8 round. And I asked you, did you agree? You said yes.
Disqualified for taking a knee?
No. Are you listening, brother?
That's what I'm hearing. Like, okay, you're saying the rules are saying DQ. Okay.
Coach... Press, stop, brother. Stop. When his corner jumped on that apron with the towel.
They say that.
I said that. You didn't listen. Chat, did I not say when Coach Cal jumped up on the apron? Did I not say that? Chat. Look at the chat. I said that. You didn't hear me because you was talking. I absolutely said that. He got away with that. When I was watching it in real time, I said, whoa, what's he doing with that towel, man? Is he? I said, okay, they're not throwing the towel in, but I said, he's not supposed to do that. And they didn't DQ him, and I was glad they didn't DQ him. I wanted to see the rest of the fight.
That's a DQ. I know that's a DQ. If you're...
All right, so if you know it's a DQ, why are you saying that I'm harping on it? I'm saying by way of the rules.
I'm not saying you're harping on it. No, Drew. I'm not saying you're harping on that specifically.
Did you hear what I just said just now?
You're saying you literally just said. You're literally saying I'm saying that you're harping on that. I didn't say that.
I said by way of the rules he was supposed to get disqualified. I didn't say I wanted him to get disqualified. I wanted to see how the rest of the fight played out. So I'm glad he didn't get disqualified. I'll give you an example of that. Zab Judah versus Floyd. Floyd was supposed to get disqualified. Did you know that?
Yeah, because his uncles got in the ring.
Uncle got in the ring, yes. In a melee ensued. Floyd was supposed to get, and I'm glad that they didn't because I wanted to see the rest of the fight. Same rules applied here. I was like, no. I was in the crib like, no. But at least it should have been a 10-8 round. I said it was supposed to be a 10-8 round. But whatever. And we got a draw. So let me go back to my original question. Why is that a good fight? Lamont Roach versus Tank Davis rematch. Why is that a good fight?
Dude, I said this like twice, man.
Okay.
You want me to go for the three-peat?
Yeah, please. I want to be clear.
Okay. Controversial draw. Moment of madness. The knee incident. Sorry. now there's a story there, and people wanted to see it again.
Okay. What unfinished business does he have with Cruz?
Well, it was a competitive fight. Some people thought Cruz won that fight. I was seeing that through the tabloids. So I was like, I mean, I don't see why it would be a bad rematch for him to have.
Okay.
I think
it would be a bad one. So
no, I think it would sell pretty well.
Okay. You think it will sell? So now we're talking about sales.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we? Is boxing not a business?
Okay. So when I mentioned something about conditioning, you don't know what I'm talking about?
So it means saying boxing is a business of conditioning?
No. Let me walk it back for you now. Let me walk it back now. See, now you know you done stepped in some shit now.
What did I step into?
Okay. When I said you was conditioned, you disagreed.
I still agree.
You talk about business. How many times you heard me talk about our own people undermining the power of the black dollar? I know you heard me say that.
Okay. Where are you getting at with this?
What I'm getting at with this, you said you think it'll be a good rematch between him and Cruz, and Tank beat Cruz with one hand, brother. Cruz is a one-dimensional fighter. He's a one-trick pony. Rayo proved that. A lot of fighters proved that. This guy's one-dimensional, and I got love for Isaac Cruz. I love his story. He could feed his family, and we need Isaac Cruz's. He's a strong, balls to the wall puncher, a Mexican warrior. We need that. He's fun to watch, but goddamn it, he's one-dimensional. Tank beats him, and he might beat him worse with two hands. He might beat him worse. But why are you undermining the black dollar? Because the same reason why I'm saying that to you is the same reason why I had guys like Mag 7 get on here and told me to leave Tank alone and let him break bread with his DMV brother and let him get his money. Right? I was told to leave him alone and let him break bread with his DMV brother and let the black man get his money. Let the black brothers, why are you against the black brothers getting money, Drew? And I said, you know what? I'll fall back. Then he fought to a draw. And I said, well, now there's sex appeal in the rematch and possibly more money. And y'all telling me Isaac Cruz is the way to go. Please explain. Uh-oh.
I don't get your point here. I mean,
young man, you don't get anything that I just said. Are you serious?
Hold on. Let me go. Tank.
I'm gonna let you go. All right, go ahead.
Tank is an over-year layoff. You're already telling me
over-year layoff. I'm not hearing layoffs, brother. Errol Spence flipped his car, got back in the ring and fought Danny Garcia, brother.
Okay.
I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing that year layoff.
Okay, wait. So you don't think this will not be a competitive fight if he comes back?
Okay, so you want Tank to take an easy route? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying it's an easy route. This isn't an easy route.
What are you saying, brother?
You're saying Cruz is Cruz is an easy route for anybody?
You just said he had a year off. So you saying
year off
up to a Lamont Roach fight? So he has to get back.
He's not working up to a Lamont Roach fight.
So why can't he fight him next?
Why can't he fight him next? He's working back into an exciting fight for boxing, and that's
an exciting fight for boxing. You wasn't excited watching Tank and Lamont Roach? That didn't excite you enough?
It did, dude. What I don't.
So what are you saying?
What is your What is your discrepancies with him fighting Cruz again? I don't understand.
Because he beat him, Prez. He beat him already.
Fine. We've seen fighters beat fighters already and rematch them again.
Tank. You call Tank great. That's what you called him. Yes?
I call a lot of fighters great.
No, bro, I'm not talking about. Please, all right, Prez. Here's what I'm. Please don't do this moving forward. Don't talk about anybody else but Tank. I don't want to talk about this guy does this guy does that. Talk about Tank. You told me Tank was great. You told me that. I have it on audio and video.
Yeah,
you said that. So stand on it.
I literally said he was a great fighter.
It shouldn't matter how long he's out the ring. Floyd Mayweather fought once a year, once upon a time. Once.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out, why did you just say that? You said he'd been out the ring a year, and I'm like, I don't care. he needs to fight Lamont Roach because he's
about to fight in a block.
And he's gonna go fight. Why would you be out the ring a year?
Because it's a blockbuster fight.
Listen to what I'm saying. See, you're talking. You're not. You're reacting. Don't do that, brother. Listen to the question. Don't do that. This is how adults talk. Listen to the question. And this is how people get arrested. When they're sitting in the room and you're asking them questions and you're trying to ask a question and they spill the beans and you're like, oh, well, I was going to give you an opportunity to tell me you didn't do that. Now you done told me that you did. Get your hands behind your back. That's how it happens. These kids talk themselves into arrest and all kinds of shit. They incriminate themselves. Now listen to the question. You really told me everything I needed to hear, but I want to see if you catch it. You said that he was out the ring for a year. And I asked you, then why is he fighting Cruz? As if to say he needs to build up to a Lamont Roach.
That's not what I said. You're assuming I'm saying that.
I'm not assuming. I'm going off of what did you
No, you're assuming.
That's what you
because
said.
I never said that. It never came out from my lips.
So why'd you say he was out the ring for a year? What does that have to do with anything?
Because he's leading up to a blockbuster fight, a blockbuster comeback with the Cruz fight. A lot of people want to see that.
Okay, a blockbuster fight with the Cruz fight. True or not, Tank can fight whoever he wants to fight. True or not?
True.
Okay, so why would he fight a guy that he beat with one hand already?
You can ask that for a lot of people. What do you?
I don't understand. I just asked you not to do that.
But you don't do that for other people. You only do it for Tank.
Who am I supposed to do it with? Name a fighter today that was off for a year and then came back and fought a guy that they beat. Name one. Go ahead. Since you want to do it, go ahead.
You just named Floyd Mayweather. Did he not do that?
Huh?
You said Floyd. You said
Fred,
Floyd.
You made a statement.
You said Floyd did that.
Brother,
I didn't hear you harp about that.
I said Floyd only fought once a year. You said fighters do that. I said, why is Tank coming back and fighting a guy that he beat with one hand already? And you said a bunch of fighters do that. So let's do that.
Floyd did it.
Name a fighter that's done that.
Earl did it. He was out for a year. He did it. He fought a blockbuster fight.
Earl was out for a year and he rematched the guy that he beat already?
What do you mean rematch? I'm saying he fought a guy.
Yes. All right, slow down, brother. Listen to the question. Name a fighter that came back after a year and fought a person they beat already. Go. You can use Google.
No, I'm saying Floyd Mayweather did it.
Who?
You hear me?
Against who?
I'm trying to remember the name.
Pull up his box record. I've seen all of Floyd Mayweather's fights. All of them. I've seen all of them. From when he was Pretty Boy to fight number 50. I've seen all of them. So since you want to bring up other people, I asked you not to do that, and you're doing it. So now I want you to stand on it. You said Floyd. So pull up his record. And name the fighter that he came back and fought that he had no business fighting because he beat him already. That he had no business fighting.
Mike Tyson was off more than a year. He fought somebody.
Now we talking about Mike Tyson.
You said name fighters. So I'm like, okay, wait, there's a couple that done this. Who
was the fighter, man? Who's the fighter?
I'm gonna find out who Mike Tyson fought.
Because I know the name already. But name the fighter, man. I'm gonna see how much you know. It's an open book exam. I know the fighter. You want me to tell you so we can move along? Want me to tell you? Hello? Prez, you want me to tell you the name?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, do you want me to tell you the name? Do you want me to tell you the name so we can move forward?
Go say the name.
Razor Ruddock. Donovan Razor Ruddock.
Okay.
How old were you when that fight happened?
I'm pretty sure I wasn't alive.
Oh, you wasn't alive. Okay. You want me to help you out? What happened there?
He knocked him out.
Let me help you out. Was that before or after his prison stint? The rematch.
I think it was before.
The second fight.
I don't remember.
You don't remember. So if you don't remember, you don't remember the situation in why that fight happened. Let me help you out, young man. That's a bad example. If you don't remember what was going on around that and why that fight even actually happened, you can't even use that. That rematch was after his prison stint. He was out of the ring for like 3 years. You can't use that.
No, it's before.
So pick another fighter. Go ahead and pick another fighter.
No, it was before.
Go on and pick another fighter, man.
Mike Tyson, that fight was before his prison stint. I just looked it up.
Oh, it was before his prison stint.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Do you remember watching? You watched both those fights?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened in the first fight?
I'm pretty sure
Pretty sure, do you know?
I'm recalling what I've seen. They went all 12.
It went all 12?
All
Go
12.
and look it up.
The second fight was all 12. The second fight was all 12.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, the first fight, he knocked him out or got to TKO.
What do you remember about that stoppage?
It was controversial. Looked like Razor was still willing to go.
Okay.
But the referee called it.
Okay, so now you're asking me about why the rematch happened. You just said it was controversial. You just said it was controversial, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't.
Okay, now was Isaac Cruz and Tank controversial? I promise you, the only people that thought he won that fight were Mexicans. I promise you that.
Yes. Hello? Oh my God.
Okay.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Drew?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, did you hear what I said?
No, go ahead. Say it again.
So, people argue that Isaac Cruz won that fight.
How many black people argue that he won that fight?
Now it's about black people. Are you what?
I just said. Did you
I'm
hear
talking
what I said?
about boxing fans.
The only people that thought Isaac Cruz won that fight spoke Spanish. I'm not kidding.
Okay. Wait. Drew,
you know how I know? You know how I know that's true?
Drew, wait, Drew.
Hey, hold on,
this.
You know how I know that's true? I have a boxing channel, right?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Check my comment section. Who won? When I said Tank clearly won that fight, and look in my comment section to see who was arguing with me. Rodriguez, Ramirez, all those cats, Jorge's and shit.
Oh my God.
I ain't got nothing to do with it, brother.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Now I'm on there defending it. I said, no, man, Tank won that with one hand, man. Stop it.
Okay.
Mayate. That's what I was met with. Mayate. I'm like, all right, okay. I'll be that.
Are you discrediting what they think because of
what do you mean about discrediting Tank? What do you mean?
No, not Tank. No, I'm talking about the fans that so happen to be Mexicanos or Latinos.
Yeah, I'm discrediting them. You know why? Because they pound on their chest and they're super Mexican. I'm discrediting them.
Okay, don't you say
all they know is that the person in the ring looks like them and speaks their fucking language. And they discredited the black man. And I said, yo, this kid beat Isaac one trick pony with one fucking hand. That's what I said.
And
I don't fuck with Tank.
But they can see it differently. They can see it differently. And people did see it differently. Like this was a close fight.
What people saw it differently, Press? Oh, I'm sorry.
A lot of people.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You identify with that because let's bring it full circle now. You identify with that because you still think this is a good fight.
It is a good fight.
My bad.
It still is a good fight.
You think it's a better fight than an immediate rematch with Lamont Roach?
I'd say it's pretty equal.
It's pretty equal. So if it's equal, why didn't he go in the way of Lamont Roach?
Because
he beat Cruz. He beat him already. Why couldn't he fight Lamont Roach and then spin the block and go back to fight Cruz? Why would he not do that? I thought he was breaking bread with his DMV brother. I thought we were all black. What happened to that?
He really broke bread with a black person. It was Frank
Why
Martin.
can he break it again? He already broke bread with Isaac Cruz and made him a star. Why can't he do it again? Watch out.
I don't understand. What are you getting from this? What do you gain?
What do you mean? No, what are you getting from this? YEW.
A good fight.
Okay, he can have a good fight with Lamont Roach, brother. He can have a good fight.
There's nothing to complain about. We're getting a good fight with Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz.
Because you know why? Here's why. And you know this.
I don't know anything.
He has unfinished business with Lamont Roach. He fought him to a draw. He beat Cruz already. He has unfinished business with Lamont Roach. And let me add, he ducked Lamont Roach.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
You want to know how?
No, he didn't.
You don't remember what they went back and forth on Twitter? You don't remember what he said?
He didn't duck him.
Okay, he didn't duck him. Just like he told me the PBC runs boxing. He ain't duck him. Let's review. What kind of conversation did they have on Twitter? Please tell me.
I don't recall. You're the one that knows.
Hold on, young man. You don't recall the dialogue that they had on Twitter?
You tell me. You made a claim.
He's gonna do something to get out this fight.
You made the claim. So
what do you mean? Who made the claim? Wait, who made the claim?
You said they had a dialogue. You made a claim.
Wait, hold on. I made the claim, or did the dialogue happen? Am I making it up?
I never say you made it up, but you made a claim. So tell me what happened. You have to tell me.
If I made a claim, that means there's a discrepancy, and I could be telling the truth, and I could be lying. Prez, am I a liar?
So say it. I don't know what happened like that. So you
Prez,
tell me.
How are you a Tank fan and you don't know what happened? It made the news.
I don't know everything.
Okay, so you don't know. You don't know that he threatened to send some goons to Lamont Roach's house. You don't know that, right? And he put that on Twitter. You don't know. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that. No, I don't.
Holy smokes!
I know about the whole. Oh, I take back in the snatchies part. I know that. Like I know that. But I didn't know you were sending goons out to get Lamont Roach. What?
Okay, let me ask the chat because I
don't know
lying,
everything.
Right? Wait, hold on. So Prez, I could be lying.
Wait. Drew, let me say this real quick. Not every Tank fan is. We're not all monolith. You can't say that. Monolith. You know what monolith means?
Monolith. Do you know what it means?
Yeah, I do know. I used it correctly.
What does it mean?
So we're not all the same. It's not the same. Oh, I know everything that Tank does.
All right, so stop right there. Okay, so if I'm telling you that he did something, do you think I'm making it up?
I don't know. You have to tell me. You have to prove it. It's like going to court.
I have to prove it? Wow. Okay. So it's amazing that Tank, we would agree that Tank is a liar. We would agree that he picks and chooses easy routes because he's fighting a guy that he beat already. But you have to question my integrity when I tell you about this guy? And I'm not the liar? You have to question me? That's amazing. But I'll entertain that. Tank Davis put out on Twitter talking about Lamont Roach's daughter or something. And talking about don't let me send some people down to that little house you got on the hill or some shit. He said that. And we were like, whoa, what's that? You a gangster now? What's that about? I giveth and I taketh away. These are his words, not mine. I'm like, what you mean?
And he said snatchies. I know that part.
He said that to him, and he said that to another fighter, but we're not talking about anyone else. We're talking about Lamont Roach. All right? That's what he did. And instead of running it back immediately with Lamont Roach, what does he do? Jake Paul, and then told us, I'm retiring. Me and Al Heyman are retiring at the end of 2025.
Can I ask you a question, Drew?
Did you hear what I said, though? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
All right, what did I just say? Just so I'm clear, what did I just say? Hello. What did I just say?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, what did I just say?
You said something along the lines.
No. Tell me what I said, because I asked you if you hear me. You said yes. Tell me what I said.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I registered.
That Tank Davis said, I giveth and I take it away.
What did I say he was doing is instead of fighting Lamont Roach in the immediate rematch? What did I say?
He's going to fight someone else or like.
Okay, I'm going to repeat it. Instead of immediately running it back with Lamont Roach, he said, my next opponent was in the locker room. I said, well, Shakur's in the building. Who is it? He was going to give us Jake Paul.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Then he said, I'm retiring at the end of 2025, me and Al Heyman. And then the Goon Squad, the Tank Fanatics, and you don't want to include yourself in that, that's fine. I was told to shut up, Let the black man make his money. And I said, well, what about all this food he got on the table? Oh, yeah, well, he said he's going to retire, but let him fight Jake Paul, knock Jake Paul out, and then he'll chill for a minute and work out his mind, and then he'll come back and fight Devin and everybody else. I said, the kid said he's retiring. There are countless interviews of Tank saying, I'm leaving. I'm not like other fighters. I'm trying to get my money and get out. And being that he can't keep his hands off of girls at clubs, I bet you remember that, right? You remember, he has a legal issue. He still
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember telling me that you don't fuck with Tank because he beats women? You remember telling me that?
I don't fuck with the things he does outside the ring.
Wait,
That's
hold
what
on.
I said.
Answer what I just said. You remember telling me that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I don't know what changed in the last month and a half or so, but whatever.
I said I don't fuck with his actions outside the ring. Outside. I don't fuck with Tank.
Do I have to pull the
outside the
clip,
ring.
man? Do I have to pull the clip?
Pull up the clip. What? What does that do?
Well, I'll do you one better than that. I'll make it a short.
What do you think that proves?
Okay. What is it going to prove?
It didn't prove anything. Yeah, I don't fuck with Tank.
Because
I don't fuck with
you
Tank.
know why? You know what it proves? It proves that you're
I'm
double
saying it
thumb.
again. I'll say it on live. I don't fuck with Tank. Prez doesn't fuck with Tank. Yeah. Okay, what happened?
But you don't fuck with him, but you said that he's great.
Yeah, he's a great fighter.
And based off of what? When he can't run it back with a guy he fought to a draw.
Because based on the things I saw him do in the ring, I know he's great. So wait,
Again,
who did Boots
again.
Ennis fight? Because you're saying people don't fight the contemporaries, right?
Uh-huh.
So who did Boots Ennis fight? And people call him a great fighter.
Who?
I don't hear no
Who's
pushback.
what? Who?
Boots, Duran.
Who? When did I ever call Boots Ennis great?
I'm talking about people. People call him great.
Okay, well, deal with what I'm saying.
I don't hear no pushback against that.
You're on my show.
No pushback.
You never heard me say Boots was great. You never heard me say that. So don't talk to me about what other people are saying. Talk to me about
I don't hear
say.
pushback. I don't hear pushback though, Drew. I don't.
Look at the screen. See that?
There's like 4 guys that no one wants to see this guy fight in this list. By the
Okay,
way,
there's one guy on this page.
There's 4 guys that no one wants to see Tank Davis fight. So who the hell wants to see him fight?
Stop. Tank Davis.
Who wanted to see Leonard Red?
From 2017 to 2026, he could have fought anybody here.
Who? Drew, let me tell you this.
Stop. I do this all the time.
Abdullah Mason.
The only person he fought on this page, he fought to a draw, and we can't even get that goddamn rematch.
You're putting Abdullah Mason? I don't even think he was on the list you had it before. I think it was a different guy on there.
You said a list?
Yeah, the list, the little people you have on your screen. Yeah.
What? That's the same meme I had for like 3 months now.
So 3 months? So you updated it.
Same one. It hasn't changed. Matala, and what's sad is I had a Tank fan up here. He couldn't even name everybody on that list. That's what's sad.
I can name everybody in there. Easy.
Well, great. Matala and Abdullah Mason at 35 right now.
Abdullah
Why
Mason,
is he pressing them?
I don't want to see him fight Abdullah Mason.
Oh, hold on. Why not? Why not?
That's not a good fight.
Stop.
It's not a good
Why
fight.
is it not a good fight?
It's not a good fight at all.
Why is it not a good fight?
There's nothing there.
What do you mean there's nothing there?
Who was Abdullah Mason fought? Who was he beat?
He's a champion. Uh-oh.
Well, okay, wait.
Whoa.
Didn't you guys
wait?
Because you're
is he at 35?
Is
he at 35?
You guys put your stuff
in the
when y'all do this.
At 35?
He's a champion.
Is he at 35? Yes or no?
Wait, Drew.
No. I ain't gotta wait.
Wait, Drew.
Is he at 35?
Is he
at 35?
Oh my God.
Don't filibuster. Is he at 35?
He is at 135.
Okay, is he a champion?
He's a champion.
Then he's food. And he's easy work. He's easy work. Twitter, he's easy work. He's easy work for Tank. You can't talk. You can't.
He's easy work
for things at once.
Hold on. He's easy work for Tank. If he.
Oh wait, hold on. He's easy work for Tank.
Yeah, easy work.
You know what?
Easy work.
You know what? If Tank got on X and said, Abdullah, I want that strap, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
You wouldn't have a problem with it.
Abdullah's the champion. Abdullah's a champion.
Now I'm mad because he's a champion. That's crazy.
Well, watch this. Abdullah Mason or Isaac Cruz rematch? Huh? What?
I'm taking the Isaac Cruz rematch, man.
Why?
Come on. Because I know that's going to be a tough competitive fight that I want to see my fighter.
How do you know that? A tough competitive fight? I don't know. Tank beat him pretty easy with one hand.
It wasn't
How's that
easy.
competitive?
It wasn't easy. I don't know where you're getting this easy from. It wasn't easy.
I thought it was easy. Tank showed angles and it showed a lack in Isaac Cruz's game. That's what he exposed. It was fun to watch. And Tank proved that he could use angles. I like to see that.
You want to see him fight? You want to see him fight a kid that got knocked down twice by some nobody. His chin, he has no chin.
Yeah.
Abdullah Mason has no chin.
Hold on.
No chin. Knocked down by some bum.
How many times Tank been knocked down?
He's never been knocked down officially. He's never been knocked down.
You never been knocked down?
Never been knocked down.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So
you want to
see Tank in non-competitive fights.
Non-competitive fights. So wait, that bum that Abdullah Mason was fighting was a competitive fight. That was competitive. What? That's crazy. You proved my point.
What's
so
crazy?
Abdullah Mason can fight bums, right? He's like 21-0 or something. Fighting bums.
Who do you win the title from?
A guy that I thought beat Abdullah Mason. I forgot his name.
I forgot his name.
I forgot his name. I don't remember his name. I don't remember his name. He was like some like it was for a vacant belt. That guy was there.
So
Abdullah Mason.
Abdullah Mason could be a champion and it don't mean nothing. That's what we're going with, right? Cool. We're going with that. Let's go with that. What about Ray Matala?
Ray Matala, he's good. I like to see that fight. That's a good fight.
Okay, so he came back on X and said, the Latino audience. Latino!
Oh, wait, you know,
hey, Ray Matala, I'm coming for that belt. Why can he do that?
Where's Raymond from?
Why can he do that?
Where's
Why
Raymond
can he do
from?
that? Why
Where
can't he
is
do
Raymond
that?
from? Do you know where Raymond Matala is from?
Black dollar. So let's leave Abdullah Mason's black ass out of this. Let's go with the Latino. What about Ray Matala? Arriba. What about it? Hello.
Where's Raymond Matala from? Is he not American?
It don't matter. He's
not
Latino.
American?
He speaks Espanol. It don't matter. Whatever country he from, he got a country behind him. Why can't he fight Ray Matala?
Raymond Matala is American. It
don't matter. He's Latino.
Latino.
David Benavidez is American, but goddamn it,
Ryan Garcia is Latino. You see Latinos harp on his ass all the time, right?
Why can't he give him no credit? Answer the question, young man. Answer the question. Why can't he fight Ray Matala?
I said I want to see that fight. What are you talking about?
Okay, so why didn't he come out and say I want that fight instead of fighting a guy?
Because he wants to do what he wants to do. I don't know.
He wants to do what he wants to do. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know what your problem is. Like, this is not a bad fight. This is a good fight.
I don't have a problem. That's what he's been.
You do. You're literally saying
that's what he's been doing. He's been doing what he wants to do, and what he wants to do is not give you the best fights.
So wait, did you watch Blue Blood? Did you watch Blue Blood?
Blue Blood's my brother.
Did you watch Blue Blood yesterday or 2 days ago?
Blue Blood's my brother.
Okay. So I'm assuming that you watched Blue Blood, right? Did you know what he said during that video?
I don't know why you watch Blue Blood.
I'm watching. Why do you watch Blue Blood? I watched this video. Wait, let me tell you.
Hey, hold on. Why?
Let me tell you. Can I go? Can I tell you? I'm trying to tell you something, but you're not. Let me.
No. I want you to tell me something. You're about to hurt yourself. Go ahead.
No, I'm not, because this is gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you. So in that video, Blue Blood got credible sources from the PBC saying that Tank is coming back for a major comeback fight with Isaac Pitbull Cruz, either late May or early in the summer. And this will lead to a segue where Tank is the main card, and Lamont Roach will fight what's his name? Zepeda for the WBC belt. And this will lead into Tank and Lamont Roach rematching if they both win. That's what Blue Blood said. I want Blue Blood, so he's gonna fight Lamont Roach again.
He's reporting the news. He's reporting the news.
He's reporting from the sources he got from the PBC. That's what he gave
Okay, so is he making it up or did he report the news?
When did I say he was making it up?
So why are you pointing out some news report that he did?
So, because you're saying he's not gonna. Why he not fighting Lamont Roach? Why he not? He's undermining the black dollar, but it's about to happen. I don't understand.
No. But you ask Blue Blood right now. In his opinion, he think Lamont Roach should be the first fight back. I know that. He's reporting what Tank is trying to do. That's all. So why are you bringing up a video?
So why are you harping on Tank like he's not going to fight Lamont Roach again?
Because I think he should fight him immediately.
Based on the news report. So he's going to still fight. So wait, no.
Do you? Wait, Press, I need you to stop. I need you to stop. Stop. First of all, do you remember why I blocked you off my channel for a whole fucking year? Do you remember why I did that?
I don't remember. That was a year ago.
You don't remember? Okay, let me remind you. A year and a half ago, when you was on my panel, the only thing I asked you not to do was disrespect my brother Blue. And you did it. Right after I asked you not to do it, you did it. You said Blue be fucking lying anyway. And I kicked you out of here. You don't remember that?
Yeah, this goes in my favor, by the way.
No, it doesn't. Because now all of a sudden, a guy that fucking lies, a guy that fucking lies.
You find Blue Blood. Wait. Let me doing it again. You find Blue Blood as a credible source, right?
You're doing it again.
You find Blue Blood as a credible source, right?
You're doing it again.
I'm asking yes or no question.
I didn't have to mute you not once. Don't make me do it. I'm trying to get you to see something, young man. A person has to lie to me one time, and I'll never deal with him again. You got kicked out of here because I asked you not to violate my brother Blue. And you said Blue be fucking lying. You put the F-bomb right in front of it. And I kicked you out of here. You came back respectful, I let you back. Funny how he's a fucking liar. But now you want to use him to quote something. And it's not working. All Blue did in those videos is report the news. This is what Tank is doing, and this is what he's trying to do to lead up to a blockbuster event. But if you ask Blue, the Lamont Roach should have been an immediate rematch. Matter of fact, Jake Paul shouldn't even been a thought. He shouldn't have been a thought. It should have been a Lamont Roach rematch immediately. And Tank's fans justified him not even taking that fight. Now he's having legal problems. And by the way, I'm on record saying I hope he don't go to jail. Now he's talking about coming back. And we still can't get an immediate rematch. What we're getting is smoke blowing up our ass. And when I ask you, is Tank a liar? You gotta say yes. Because he's saying one thing, and let's say he beats Isaac Cruz and knocks him out, with something I think he's gonna do. Are we gonna get the Lamont Roach rematch? We don't know. Why? Because Tank is fugazi. I don't have to lie on this kid. Check the track record. So let's circle it back to what the title of my show is. Why is it a good fight? You can't say Isaac Cruz versus Tank in a rematch is a good fight other than what? Tank making money. Why? Because of the Mexican audience.
I've been said other reasons. What are you talking about, man?
What do you mean? You didn't make reference to money at all?
I did, but I made other references. I made other references. Did I not?
You cut.
Don't make it seem like I only talked about money.
I didn't get to that. You cut me off. I didn't get to that.
Okay.
All right.
Now you got people in your chat saying people is a bum. You agree with that?
I hear Isaac Cruz, y'all make reference to a Mexican audience and money. That's one of the major things y'all lean on. And then that's when I cross and say, well, what's up with Lamont Roach and the black dollar? And y'all telling us shut up and leave him alone and break bread with his DMV brother. That's what I was told. So I'm saying let him do it again. That's all I said. Let him do it again. And y'all basically tell me shut up. My point is, I don't trust him to rematch Lamont Roach any more than I trusted him to fight Shakur or Devin or Tio or Josh Taylor.
Can I ask you a question? There's people in your chat right now saying Pitbull is a bum. Do you agree with that?
Is he a bum?
Yeah. Do you agree with that? There's people
What
in
is
your
that?
chat
What
right
is
now
him being a
typing that.
bum? What does him being a bum have to do with anything?
No. I'm just saying. Do you agree that Pitbull Davis, like the
I'm
people in
not
your chat, they say he's a bum? I'm reading the chat.
I'm not dealing with something that I didn't say. There's a lot of people with different opinions in the chat. Did you hear me call Isaac Cruz a bum? Did you hear me say that?
I didn't hear, but there's people in your chat saying
I don't care about what's being said in the chat.
You don't care
They're
about
not up
look.
here. They're not up here. Why are you dragging me into that? I don't
So
have
wait.
nothing to do with that.
If
You're
he's
talking
such
to
a
me.
bum, if he's such a bum and he was a champion,
Did I say it was a bum?
and
If I didn't say it was a bum, don't talk about that.
hold on.
If
You
I
think
didn't say no, bro.
I'm gonna get to a point. I'm
not
gonna get to a point.
concerned. Who said that? Slim Hussein. Slim Hussein can say whatever he want to say. He's not on the panel. It's me and you talking. If he feels he's a bum, then he could feel that. I didn't say that. I say I love Isaac Cruz's story. He could feed his family, but he's one-dimensional. That's what I said. And I also said that Tank is gonna knock him out in the rematch, which is
I'm getting to my point, Drew, because you want to see him fight Abdullah Mason, and I think that guy's a bum. Who he beat? And I asked you who he beat. And he told me he's a champion, and I said who he beat for the belt.
You want to do this?
Yeah, we're going to do this because I'm like, okay, who this guy beat?
Good. Who the Tank beat?
I got a lot of people he beat. Okay, he beat Zepeda. He beat. Oh no,
is Zepeda on this list?
No, Venezuela. How do you say his name?
Okay, you can't even say his fucking Pedraza.
Pedraza.
Okay, good. Is Pedraza on this list?
Leo Santa Cruz. Hold on.
Santa Cruz. Okay, you want me to discredit that?
You want to discredit that?
Nah, fight night.
They fight at 130. They fight at 130. He make wait. You said wait. You guys tell me if he can make the weight. What's there to complain about?
Right,
so wait.
Hold on. If I bring up, how long was Devin at 135? Watch out.
I'm not talking about Devin Haney. I'm not talking about Devin Haney.
Don't talk about
Devin Haney. We talking about Tank Davis. When we want to talk about Devin Haney, we can. We can get on Devin Haney. We can talk about Devin Haney. We can talk about him all day.
No, we can't. No, you don't deserve to talk about Devin.
Why?
Keep talking about Tank.
Why can't we talk about Devin?
Devin came through 135 and became undisputed, and Tank was there the whole time. There it is. That's it. You're done. That's it.
Undisputed. Who he fought? For? George Kambosos?
He fought everybody he needed to fight to become undisputed. And you know
George
what Tank didn't do? Tank didn't intervene and stop anything. You're done. You don't reserve the right to talk about Devin. Keep talking about Tank. Go ahead.
Because you guys like to harp on.
Keep talking about Tank. Stop. Go ahead. Keep talking about Tank. We were all here. We all witnessed it. I'm looking at this picture. He didn't fight anybody. From 2017 to 2026, he didn't fight anybody on this list. And I left some people off, by the way. And I left them off. So now, the only person he did fight was Lamont Roach. He fought him to a draw. And we can't even get that.
Hold on, Drew. No, we're going to talk about Devin. Who did
Devin fight?
Who did Devin fight before he fought Gamboa?
No, we're not. You're muted. We're not talking about Devin.
We're talking about resumes.
Why is it a good fight? You're muted. I asked, why is it a good fight? And I didn't even start the show yet. And I've been talking to you for 1 hour and 39 minutes. You made this about Tank. I wanted to make this about boxing as a whole. The point of my show this morning was supposed to be about how the companies and the sanctioning bodies keep these fights from us and force feed us bullshit. And the fight fans that are less knowledgeable are led to believe that these bullshit fights are great, and they're not. That was the point of the show. You came on here firing shots on Tank, playing a special teams prevent, goal line defense. There's no need for that. That's why you Tank fans are ridiculous. You don't reserve the right to talk about anybody. Tank Davis fans, y'all can't talk about anybody, especially people on this page. You can't talk about Ray Matala. He's a champion. You can't talk about Abdullah Mason. You can't even talk about fucking Rougarou. He's about to put himself at a disadvantage and probably get himself killed. You can't talk about Josh Taylor. You can't even talk about Teofimo Lopez.
I can't talk about Abdullah Mason.
You can't talk about Teofimo Lopez. You can't talk about Teofimo Lopez.
Tio has a great resume.
You can't talk about Teofimo Lopez.
He has a better resume than Devin.
You know why?
Tio has a better resume than Devin.
Teofimo Lopez with his racist
Tio has a better resume than Devin.
Teofimo Lopez came through.
Tio has a better resume than Devin.
Teofimo Lopez came through and beat Lomachenko. He did it. He fought him and did it, and he was unified. He called himself undisputed. He wasn't. He came through and was unified. Teofimo Lopez was unified. Lomachenko had a belt. Devin came through, became undisputed. Shakur now got a belt. Kambosos was unified. Tank was there the whole time. And what did Tank do? Well, I could show you what he did. He gave you this. That's what he gave you. That's what he gave you. He gave you Hector Garcia. He gave you Isaac Cruz and made him a star. Duck Devin went up to 144 at Mario Barrios. Won that by knockout, but didn't want to fight Josh Taylor. He gave you Rolly Romero. And then he gave you Ryan Garcia, who hadn't accomplished anything. So you want to talk about who accomplished what, by the way. Ryan Garcia hasn't done dick prior to getting in the ring with Tank Davis. He hasn't done anything. No
Ryan's a champion. Ryan's a champion now. So what happened?
Wait, but before fighting Tank, what was he? Before fighting Tank, what was he?
He was a
Instagram
prospect.
Sensation.
He was a prospect. An elite prospect. That's
but Tank fought him on pay-per-view though, right?
And what happened?
No. He fought him though, right?
And what happened?
No. He fought him though, right?
And what happened?
What did he do prior to that? Nothing, right?
He fought Luke Campbell. He fought.
He didn't do anything.
Javier Fortuna. He fought.
Didn't do anything.
He had names on his record, bro. Don't lie about Ryan. He had names on his record.
But he's a champion.
Javier Fortuna's a bum.
Hold on.
Javier Fortuna's a bum.
Champion, right?
Luke Campbell's a bum.
You just said he's a champion though, right? That's what you said, right? That's what you just said. After the fact, way after the fact, he's a champion now, right? Well, guess what? Murtala and Abdullah Mason are champions now. You just killed yourself.
No.
You just killed yourself, young man.
What are you talking about?
You just killed yourself.
How?
What is it about?
How? You said Ryan Garcia is a bum. You said Ryan Garcia fought bum.
When I said undermining the black dollar,
I said Abdullah Mason.
You can't talk while I'm talking. You're listening to respond, not to understand.
You're saying I killed myself.
You're doing it again. Don't do it no more. Don't do it no more. You did this. I don't even want to talk about this. When I say you undermine the black dollar, something that Tank fans notoriously do, y'all like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. You said Abdullah Mason fought bums and he's a bum and he hasn't done shit. So I said, okay, you want to talk about sales? So fine. He don't sell nothing, he hasn't done nothing, but he's a champion. Cool. So when I say Ray Mortala, you start song and dancing along the same lines. Oh, he's Latino, but he don't make no money. Fine. Then when I bring up Ryan Garcia, I said, what did he do to even deserve a Tank payday? You start saying, well, look what happened. We know what happened. You want to talk about what happened? Let's talk about what happened.
You didn't even let me explain.
All right, let's talk about what happened. No, Press, you can't
didn't let me
talk when I'm
explain.
talking. You cannot talk when I'm talking. Just like I brought up Leo Santa Cruz, how he was outweighed by 20 pounds on fight night, we could talk about how Tank had all kinds of moles in Ryan Garcia's camp, and he weight drained him. So that's how we got to the knockout. And Cindy broke up his ribs. That's what happened. But why is it okay for you to say, oh, well, he's a champion now? Well, you know who else is a champion now? Right now at 135? Murtala and Mason.
Didn't you guys try when
Who's you guys? Who's you guys? Be specific.
Your fan base. Didn't you guys try?
I don't have a fan base. I don't have a fan base.
Oh my God. Okay.
I don't. I have supporters. I don't have a fan base.
Supporters, yeah. Didn't you guys cry when people were complaining about Devin coming overweight at fight night? At like one, he was 165. Fighting Regis Prograis was 155 during the fight. Didn't people cry about that?
Who cried?
Did y'all cry about it when people were complaining about it?
Who
He was like,
cried?
"Oh well, if you can make the weight, then you should take the fight."
Yeah.
So wait. What's the difference with Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz?
You want to talk about weight? You want to talk about weight?
We can talk about weight. Niggas, you
Let's talk about it. Devin was draining himself at 35 the whole time. Tank Davis was there. He didn't even bother to fight Devin. And Tank was an A side. Please stop. Please stop.
What does that have to do with weight?
And he goes up to 140. He goes up to 140.
You made a
Regis
comparison.
Prograis was crying. Regis Prograis was crying.
And y'all was complaining like, "Oh well, if you can make the weight, why are you complaining?" That's what y'all said.
Wait, hold on.
That's what y'all said.
Speaking of weight,
but you want to talk about Tank Davis about 130.
Speaking of weight, Prez, how many times did Tank Davis miss weight?
Once. I think it was once.
Okay. How many times Devin missed weight?
He didn't miss weight. Okay.
How many times did Shakur miss weight?
I believe it was once.
Okay, so how many times has Devin asked for a weight clause ever?
I don't remember asking him for
He never
weight
did.
clause.
He never did.
Okay.
He never
But
did.
it's not.
How many times did Tank ask for a weight clause?
Once or twice.
Be clear.
Once or twice. I don't. What do you want to say?
Be clear.
I don't.
This is your guy, right? Why do I know more about your guy than you know?
That speaks a lot about you. More than me. Like, that speaks a lot about you more than me. I'm just letting you know.
Because you know why?
No,
Drew,
that speaks a lot about you more than me.
No, exactly. I know because I watch boxing. You watch Tank.
I watch boxing. I guarantee you I watch more boxing than you.
No, you
I
don't.
guarantee you I do. I guarantee you I do.
You watched John Fatai last night?
You
watched John Fatai last night?
Yeah, he beat him and won the Zuffa boxing belt, which is bullshit. So like a belt that means nothing.
Wait a minute. Yeah, hold on, young man.
A belt that means nothing.
The Zuffa boxing belt is bullshit?
Yeah, it means nothing.
It means
what
nothing.
Value does that have?
Does it mean more than the IBF belt?
Hell no.
It doesn't? So
Hell
what
no.
the IBF
Because with the IBF belt, I can get with the IBF belt, I can make undisputed. I can become unified with somebody else.
I'm glad
that
you
means
said
something in the sport of boxing. What does Zuffa mean?
I'm glad you said that.
What does Zuffa mean?
What did say after the fight last night? What did he say?
I could care less what he said.
Oh, so you don't listen?
I could care less what he said.
Okay. So let me bring you up to speed, because they asked him about going heavyweight. You know what he said? Oh, you don't care. You ain't listen because you don't listen to shit. He said undisputed first, and he had the IBF title in the ring with him. Did you know the IBF took his sanctioning fee, but still stripped him? Did you know that?
No. That's the unsanctioned event. They don't sanction that. He stripped him.
I'm gonna ask you again.
They took his belt.
Did you hear what I just asked you?
They took his belt.
What was the cost?
Now he has a Zuffa belt. That means nothing.
I asked you a question. What was the cost? Because he paid his sanctioning fee. Do you know how much it was?
They took his belt.
I asked you a question. I'll ask it again. He paid a sanctioning fee. Do you know how much the cost was? Yes or no? You don't know. Okay, great. I'll tell you. It was over $80,000. $80,000. The only people stopping undisputed are sanctioning bodies and promotional companies. And that's why Zuffa got their foot on everyone's neck. Because if everybody...
For a belt that means nothing?
What?
Zuffa belt means nothing. What does it gain?
You know what means nothing? You know what means nothing? Queensberry without fighting matchroom fighters. You know what means nothing? PBC fighters not fighting top-ranked fighters.
Zuffa doesn't get you undisputed.
That's what we was dealing with since before you was born. Did you hear what I just said? That's what we was dealing with since before you were born. See, being normalized.
Okay, if I win the Zuffa belt,
you see, do you understand? It's the fault of the PBC and Matchroom and all these other motherfuckers. This is why we didn't get Wilder versus AJ, because of the politics and bullshit.
I don't care about that. Who cares? No,
of course you don't care. See,
I don't care.
Right now, here, let me stop you right here, young man. Here's what you're doing. All right, what's happening is you're not getting your way, and you're aggravated right now.
I'm not aggravated at
But
anything.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
the
you
one.
are.
You're the one
Li-
complaining about.
You're
this stuff.
aggravated, but see what's happening right
You
now.
talk about it all the time.
What's happening right now is
It's
that
like you can't get over it,
you're
Drew.
not you're incapable of listening because it's not going your way.
Drew, it didn't go your
I'm
way.
gonna tell you flat out, you're wrong.
I'm wrong about what? Does Zuffa belt mean nothing?
Everything. You're wrong.
What does the Zuffa belt?
Everything.
What does the Zuffa belt bring? What's his offer? What's his
It's
value?
wild. It's wild. If you said
What is
you
Zuffa's
tried to
belt
engage in
value?
a conversation with me about Devin, and you could tell me everything Devin's doing wrong or what he needs to do and everything else.
Now you're moving the goalpost.
When I talk about Tank,
I'm talking about Zuffa right now. You're talking about a whole different other thing.
you tiptoe around everything. And the bottom line between me and Tank is
Let's talk about Zuffa. What does the belt mean, Drew?
Fight his contemporaries. All I ever wanted Tank to do was prove he was the best.
It
And I
sounds
have
like you're
the
heartbroken
same- I
about
have
Tank
that
Davis.
Same energy for every fighter. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you're from my block. I don't care if you're from Mexico, Canada, Australia. If you say you're the best, prove it. Jai Opetaia is an active pursuit of proving he's the best. And his biggest
By
opponents
winning
have
the
been
Zuffa belt.
sanctioning bodies. The biggest opponents have been the sanctioning bodies. Those are his opponents. Those are the biggest opponents.
So him winning the Zuffa belt. Okay, what does it mean? What does it mean? And who did he fight for the Zuffa belt, by the way? Who?
What did you say?
Who did he fight for the Zuffa belt? Who was that guy? Did you know him?
I know him. Did you?
The guy you beat?
I know him because I watch boxing. Did you?
Was he one of the champions at cruiserweight? Was he one of the champions? Was he Gilberto Ramirez?
Who did I just say?
Was he that?
Who did I just say was his biggest opponent?
Now you're saying,
huh?
They could have made a fight. Gilberto and Joe
Who did
Alcantara.
I just say his biggest opponent
You're
was?
saying sanctioning bodies, but it wasn't them. It was
Okay, great.
Gilberto.
So then I asked you what was said at the end of the fight. You said you didn't give a fuck. You didn't ask me.
I could care less.
You didn't ask me what did he say.
Because you think the
basically
Zuffa belt
said
means
you didn't
something.
give a
And what
fuck.
does it mean?
So let me bring you up to speed.
Who did he beat for the Zuffa belt?
Let me bring you up to speed.
It wasn't a champion.
Because you say you don't care. You can't see your double tongue, brother. So let me bring you up to speed. Because I know you already said you don't care, but you were just lashing out because you're angry. That's fine. Let me explain.
I'm angry, but you're the one yelling.
I had to talk over you. Like I had to talk over my son. I had to tell him, shut up. You can't learn anything. You can't ask me a question and not like the answer.
I've been asking you what does
right now? Zerto Ramirez, right?
Yeah, Gilberto Ramirez.
I mean, Gilberto Ramirez, who's setting up to fight who? David Benavidez, right?
That's a great fight.
It's a great fight. But I asked you what was said at the end of the fight last night. You said you didn't care. If you listened, you'd have heard him mention their names. If you listened.
He ain't gonna fight him.
He said, I'm not going to heavyweight. He said undisputed first. So what does that mean?
He ain't gonna fight him.
How do you know?
He been calling out these guys' names, but he hasn't done anything to really set that fight up.
How do you know that?
From his track record.
His track record?
Yeah.
When did anybody say his name and him not fight? Name him. Since you know the cruiserweight division. Name him.
He didn't fight Gilberto Ramirez. They could have fought. This guy didn't push it.
Wait, whoa. When?
You're saying sanctioning bodies. This guy went to go fight for a Zuffa belt that no one knows about.
Hold on.
Who did he?
Wait,
we don't know the guy who fucking beat. Who is that guy? You said you know.
Lying. Now you're lying.
I'm lying. I'm lying. Who is the guy?
Now you're lying.
A Zuffa belt.
See, you know what it is?
What does Zuffa mean?
I gotta stop you. Let me save you from yourself. 1 minute, you're degrading Zuffa and basically calling him a duck. You saying he could have fought Gilberto Ramirez. I don't hear Gilberto Ramirez calling out his name either, but I just told you his biggest opponent is the sanctioning bodies, which is why he took his talents to Zuffa, because he's not getting anywhere. They got all that with Zerto Ramirez. I'm sorry, I keep calling him Zerto. Gilberto. They got all of that shit going on with him.
and now he's about to fight David Benavidez, an in-house Latino fight. You can't act like Jai Opetaia.
So wait, why didn't Joe Opetaia didn't go for the WBC belt against Noah? Noah McKellen.
Yeah, who's Noah? You can't even tell me.
Badu Jack for the belt.
Who? What? Who?
He beat Badu Jack. I know he beat Badu Jack for the belt.
Oh, who's Badu Jack?
He was a former champion. He beat that guy. So why didn't wait? So John Opetaia had a chance to go call out.
Wow.
No. Let me say this because you're saying you're defending Zuffa right now.
No.
You're defending Zuffa right now and saying John Opetaia is this and that.
No.
Why didn't he call out Noah McKellen?
You discredit everybody, right? You could discredit everybody because Jai Opetaia is fighting for the Zuffa belt and he hasn't done anything, right? He hasn't done anything, right? That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
You want to know why he's fighting for the Zuffa belt and won it? You want to know why?
Zuffa belt.
You want to know why?
Say why.
In what universe does David Benavidez, in his first fight at cruiserweight, gets to fight Ramirez? Why is that even happening? With Jai Opetaia right there.
And why isn't Jai Opetaia calling out Noah McKellen?
Why isn't Gilberto calling it out? Why is it on Jai Opetaia's side all the time?
Because he's the one calling out for undisputed. He wants to be unified, right?
You don't know shit about Jai. You don't know shit.
I don't know shit about Jai. No. I know he.
For him to be undisputed, what does he have to do? Fight Ramirez, right?
And the person that had the WBC belt, who was Badal Jack. It was Badal Jack. Now it's no. Now
Mexican belt. The Mexican belt. Okay, cool. Why is Ramirez called out Jai Opetaia?
A Mexican that doesn't have a belt right now.
This is what you kids do. This is
no.
You're not, no. Ladies and gentlemen,
you're calling it a Mexican belt.
This is what these kids do.
What you're defending is Zuffa.
This is what these kids do. I'm gonna keep muting you. This is what the kids do. He already has a problem with Zuffa because they're about to destroy everything that he's used to seeing. All right? This is what they do. He's tearing down Jai Opetaia. If you watch boxing, you know that Jai Opetaia is with the shits. But he removed all that responsibility from Ramirez. Jai Opetaia said last night, where Prez said, I don't give a fuck about what he said last night. That's basically what he said. But he was asked, Max Kellerman asked you going to heavyweight, when are you going to do it? He said, undisputed first, which means Ramirez has a belt. Right. He's fighting David Benavidez. Right. Whoever wins that, he wants that smoke. By the way, they were seen talking at an event, Benavidez and Jai Opetaia. Benavidez don't dump no smoke, and neither does Jai. I love to see it, but he got to get past Ramirez first. And I think he will. And I say that respectfully to Ramirez. Respectfully. But being that Prez is trying to make a point and shit on Zuffa, of course he's going to disrespect and discredit what Jai Opetaia has done. The reason why he's even over there is because he can't generate compliance with the regular way that business is conducted in boxing. That's why he's even over there. I keep telling y'all, boxing is one big self-inflicted wound. If the best was fighting the best, if these management and promotion companies were cross-promoting and letting their fighters fight each other, there would have been nothing left for Turki Al-Sheikh to even do. That's why I fucks with Turki.
And I'm asking you, why didn't Jai Opetaia call out McKellen, who is the current WBC champion?
Did you hear what I said after the fight? Did you hear what did I say after the fight?
He wants to make undisputed. Don't call out that guy.
So if he wants to be undisputed, if he wants to be undisputed, what does that mean?
Why fight the guy? Why fight that guy? Why fight the guy for that Zuffa belt?
You can't be undisputed unless you fight everybody. So he's not going to sit on the shelf and wait He went and grabbed the Zuffa belt that was worth more, and it cost him nothing.
Worth what? What is the Super Bowl? What is it worth? What cup does that give? What does that give undisputed?
First of all, there's no say. You're laughing, but first of all, that whole belt got how many diamonds in it? It's worth
now
more.
It's diamonds. Now it's about that. I thought it was about undisputed.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? What did I just say?
You talking about diamonds? You sound like the Tank fans you hate.
It's sick.
You sound like the Tank fans that you hate. You talking about diamonds?
It's worth more. You always talking about money.
You want to talk about diamonds? You sound like the
Tank. It's physically worth more money than any other force.
You sound like the Tank fans that.
It's physically worth more money. I'm explaining to you why he went and got the belt, but you're not listening. Again, like a child. I got to treat you like a child. I got to tell you hush. I got to tell you hush. So I'm going to say it again.
Nah, man, you proved my point.
I'm going to say it again.
You're just a Devin Haney dick.
I'm going to say it again.
And it's okay.
I'm going to say it again. Your points are ridiculous.
You just did right, Devin Haney.
It doesn't make any sense, okay? It's fucking stupid.
It's ridiculous.
It's fucking stupid.
It's stupid.
It's fucking stupid.
It's stupid.
It's fucking stupid.
It's stupid.
It's fucking stupid.
Doesn't make any sense. It's stupid.
But it doesn't make any sense, okay? It's fucking stupid.
By the way, I didn't throw him off. He left. I didn't throw him off. He left. So I'll finish my point. After I dog walked him for 2 hours. Absolutely dog walked him. What is a fighter supposed to do when he's operating under the same conditions that Prez was born into? He's used to things being dysfunctional. So he operates within the lines of dysfunction. Took you out of Sheik, grabbed Dana White, and now they stepping on these dudes. He wants to discredit the Zuffa belt. Well, here's the truth about the Zuffa belt. It has how many diamonds in it? About 8. It's physically worth about I don't know, maybe $1 million. Maybe $1 million. Now, Rich, I'm about to get out of here, brother. I should have let y'all on earlier. My bad. It's physically worth more. And he's not paying a sanctioning fee on it that I know about. As opposed to paying a 3% of a sanctioning fee on a WBC belt, as opposed to the IBF. I asked this kid, did he know about the IBF situation? He didn't know. He paid over $80,000 and they still took the belt from him. And he's still talking about, thank you, Ms. Van Houten, no fee. So he's getting like a $1 million belt that he ain't paying no fees on it. What are we talking about here? It's a free belt. All you gotta do is fight to win it. Whereas you become undisputed, have 4 belts, and everybody want to get in your pockets. What are you paying them for? I pay to see the fighters, not the belts. I pay to see the best fight the belts, best. But these kids, they will justify anything a guy like Tank Davis does. And he could literally get in there and fight Speedy Gonzalez. And these little niggas will pay for it. They'll pay for it. You know why?
It's fucking stupid.
Because they're stupid. And they've been conditioned. I'll give you another example. The Walking Dead, right? The series. Babies have been born during that series. Those kids grow up understanding that there's dead people walking around. You got to be careful when you leave your unit, because a zombie could walk up on you and eat you. So you got 8-year-olds busting guns and stabbing shit, and they've grown up like that. But the OGs, my age, they were like, yo, man, we don't know when this shit started happening or why, but we had something called Wi-Fi and the internet, and we had amusement parks, and, you know, we had a good old time. And they're like, what, really? Yeah. We had shit in space. There's shit in space. We launched rocket ships up there. Really? Yeah. Motherfuckers want to wake up after they're dead and start biting people. Fucked it all up. But when you're born into chaos, It's become normalized. Normalized. You ever took a house cat outside? Look at their face. They start panicking. My boy had a cat that snuck out, got pregnant, and she came back in the house and gave birth to some kittens. She snuck out the house and let a cat smash, and then she came back. He was like, your cat kind of fat. He's like, yeah, I think she's pregnant. Took her to the vet. She was pregnant. Don't know when it happened, whatever. She gave birth to some kittens. Sold the kittens, whatever, but kept 2 of them, right? He went to go take the kittens out when they were kind of like growing. When he went to go take them outside to go to the vet, and he put them into the cage, they were in there going bonkers because they never smelt outside. They never been outside the house. They were going crazy. That's what's happening in boxing. Because these pussies are not used to something new. Y'all never been outside before. 4 sanctioning bodies, 4 sanctioning fees. I'll be mad as hell if I fought for $10 million and $2 million I got to give away just because I'm carrying someone's fucking hardware. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's fucking stupid.
So when you talk about a Zuffa belt, and you see how he tried to tear down Jai, he tried to paint this picture that Jai Opetaia is not doing enough and remove the responsibility from Ramirez. And I'm not saying Ramirez doesn't have responsibility in this. They all do. But when I asked him, did you hear what he said yesterday? What did Prez say? He said, I don't care. Be careful what you say. Because I said, well, let me tell you what was said. He said, Max Kellerman asked him, are you going to heavyweight? Everyone's done it. Usyk has done it. Evander Holyfield has done it. He said, yeah, I'll do it, but undisputed first. That's what he said. Undisputed means he has to fight all the champions. And then what does Prez do? He moves the goalpost, starts talking about, well, who did he beat? Who was the guy he beat? He didn't do this and he didn't do that. Why he didn't do this? It's always someone else's fault when you're making the point. Spin the block. And I asked him, why is he fighting Isaac Cruz? Because he beat him already. And what did he say? Because it's a good fight. Well, I think the Lamont Roach is a better fight because he beat Cruz. He has unfinished business with Lamont Roach. He could win it, right? But no, the Cruz fight is a better fight. But wait a minute, didn't the fanatical fan base say, shut up, let him break bread with his DMB brother? That's what y'all told me. Well, yeah. So what are we talking about? Oh, well, more money, because that's where they go, right? Oh, it's worth more money. Oh, so now you want to undermine the black dollar after telling me shut up and let him make the black dollar with his black friend. And then he don't got to bend the knee to his Muslim brother, but he bent the knee to Jake Paul. And then he says that's going to be his last fight. I'm retiring at the end of 2025, and me and Al Heyman are going to ride off into the sunset. I don't know what Al Heyman has to do with this, but whatever, you know, slapping his booty in videos. Who are those videos really for? But whatever. And then they say, oh, well, he don't, Mag 7 says, oh, he don't mean that. I think he's going to fight Devin. He's going to spin the block. So I said, well, okay, so that means he's lying, right? Oh, well, he's human. No. He's lying, right? So he's a liar. Which one is it? And then, like clockwork, I say, so, well, Tank is a liar, right? Everybody lies. Or promoters. You say one thing about Al Heyman. Oh, well, everyone lies. Everyone's fucked up. No. Keep it right here. I dog walked that kid for 2 goddamn hours. He had nowhere to go. But as usual, these kids want to be wrong and strong. Everything I said about this kid was 100% National Geographic facts. The reason why I blocked him over a year ago was because I asked him to not do one thing. I said, don't disrespect Blue Blood Sports TV. That's my brother. And during that live, he did it right there on my panel. Oh, Blue be fucking lying. That's what he said. He's Blue lie all the time. He's a fucking liar. I said, okay, get him out of there. He came back a year later, very respectful. And I took him out the trash. What has he learned? It's not me. One thing they can never tell, I ain't got to lie on no fighter. I hold everybody to the same criteria. My criteria is you have to actively fight the best. I'll know when it's the business preventing you from being the best. Being the best is becoming undisputed because now we got 4 belts. But Zuffa came through and said, no. One face, one name for all these divisions. And we're giving out these belts that you got to earn, and they're worth money. With all that money that they got, everybody got on board. Got Frank Warren crying and shit. Got Eddie Hearn crying and shit. Al Heyman quiet, still quiet and shit. Got the WBC shuffling and saying, we got to make money. Let's take Ryan Garcia, let him drug up. Leapfrog 20 people and get him a title shot against the weakest champion. Expect me to deal with that? Get out of here. Bring on Zuffa. Eric Jordan, that super chat, salute, man. He says, Tank is a stuttering Final sniper in that super chat. He said, this dude's a Rolling Romero variant. Hashtag short but shorty. Hey? Eric Jordan back in that super chat. What did he say? Oh, my screen jumped for some reason. He said, Zuffa Ninja Sword belt, Ultimate Final Boss, heavyweight. Give power to my nigga sword! Already know. Well, listen, y'all. I'm going to land the plane right here. Y'all see what it is. Y'all see what it is. The topic was, why is it a good fight? And my point was, I was going to expose how between the promotional companies in cahoots with the belts, the sanctioning bodies, bamboozle the fans like Prez because he grew up in chaos. Well, you're telling me an OG fight for you is Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. You haven't been around long enough and you don't understand enough. But you can't learn while you're talking. And on that note, salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Tomorrow's Monkey Tuesday. I'm letting y'all know right now. I'm only going to be live on the internet, on YouTube for maybe 15 minutes. Because what I got to say is definitely not going to be for these ears over here on Miguel is too sensitive. Feel me? So let y'all know right now, I'm gonna pin the link and y'all make the lateral move over to Rumble.
All my troubles come more nigga. Yeah, it makes me mad. Why you niggas are so against somebody for you?
How much longer do you think your mom
makes me so mad? Long enough to beat your ass if you fuck up. That's right. You might not get out of the stadium tonight. You gotta be cool because you've been watched.
Oh, you scared to death, Negro.
Speaking of Tank.
You say before you retire you want to fight Devin and Shakur. Is that still the plan?
I never said that. When I said that? I never said that. But I would for sure. But I never said before I retire I want to fight them too. I never said that. You said
new deal, 7-fight deal, which is music to the ears of many boxing fans. Get to see you in action for several more years. What type of names are we talking about in those 7 names?
Whoever you name, they could be in it.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia. Yeah. Devin Haney. Yeah. Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Devin Haney. Yeah. Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Devin Haney. Yeah. Shakur Stevenson. Yeah. Devin Haney. Yeah.
Please. Tank has no leg to stand on. The kid's a liar. He need therapy. That's what he said, not me. General's on. Let's head over there, man. Love y'all. Ross on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.